Actual greatness concerns itself with heroic decades. For good things to manifest into your life, my friend, it takes a long time. I'm not talking about days, I'm not talking about weeks, I'm not even talking about months, my friend. When we're talking about improvement in general, it takes years and sometimes even decades for things that are worthwhile to manifest into your life. And of course, in this entire like space that we're living in, and with this space, I'm talking about like this entire Gen Z era that we're living in, everything is instant. Everything is constantly like in front of your face. Everything is like attention based. Everything is like instant gratificational based. So you can get the pleasure now, but you're gonna suffer later. But what I'm trying to kind of like see, and what I've been doing for the past 5 to 6 years, because I've been on this journey since 2020, is to look at the world through the lens of delayed gratification. I think you guys have heard from this term, where you basically delay a little bit from the pleasures that you can get right now, and you focus more on the long-term satisfaction that will come into your life when you build and implement consistency on things that you find important. So for example, maybe you want to get lean this summer. I'm actually going to make a video about that. You may want to get lean this summer. You are right now, for example, like your body fat percentage is like 16, 17%. And the goal that you have is, get to like maybe like even 11, 12% in like 2 months, whatever. You think that this goal is going to get like, it's going to take like weeks and stuff. When in reality, if you really want to get lean, I'm talking about like even 10 to 11%. I've got experience in this. It takes a long time. And of course, you can go to a very like aggressive calorie deficit where you're eating like 1,200 to 1,500 calories on a daily basis. You're taking like 20 steps, 20,000 steps actually on a daily basis, not 20 steps, 20,000 steps on a daily basis. Yeah, you're gonna cut way sooner, but you're gonna lose also a lot of muscle. So the point that I'm making here is that every single thing that you, even with a simple goal of getting lean for the summer, it takes huge amounts of time. When you're beginner, it takes even more time. When you're more advanced and you've been to the gym a couple of years, of course, it's like less because you've got experience in the game. But generally, when we're talking about like things to manifest in your life, for example, once again, the simple objective is to get lean as possible this summer. It takes at least months, I would say even a year to get this lean. And so I want to kind of like give you this mindset. Maybe you're already familiar with this, but genuinely things to manifest into your life, it takes like, once again, my friend, it takes years and sometimes even decades. And as I've said in many of my previous videos, that the first law of learning is repetition. So if you implement consistency on a daily basis on the given field that you really want to study and that you're really passionate about. So for example, for me, it's like speaking, right? When I first started to record videos back in like 2022, at the end of 2022, 2023, I never actually uploaded them. But when I started speaking, my English was very bad and it's not great today. Like I've got a lot of improvements to make. I've got a lot of things to improve upon with the English language. My pronunciation can be like improved upon so many times with so many different sentences that I can say, and my reading skills can also improve. So I'm not perfect with the English language, but when I first started speaking in front of a camera, which was very awkward because I viewed first of all the camera like a camera, but right now I see like another friend of mine that is at the other side of the line, or I see that's my younger self. So it's a little bit more comfortable for me. But when I first started recording videos, I just genuinely could not speak for 30 seconds more in front of a camera. I genuinely could not speak in front of a camera for more than 30 seconds because I got anxious. All of these negative cyclic thoughts started to, hit my conscious mind. You're not good enough. You're not made for this shit. And I could never actually make correct sentences. And like I said, I've still got a long way to go. And my English is not perfect yet. I've still got a long way to go and still, a lot of improvements to make. But I'm getting there. And the thing is, like, I could have said, you know what, I'm going to quit. I'm not going to do this anymore. But because I implemented consistency, I did not even upload the videos, like I said, but I implemented consistency on a daily basis. Okay, today or even this week, if I was very busy with school and stuff, I would say, okay, this week I'm going to record 2 videos. And I would genuinely sit there for like an hour or sometimes even 2 hours without a break, talking in front of a camera to improve my storytelling, to improve my articulation, to improve my English language, because as you guys know, the English language is my third language. And it took me a long time to like learn scripting, understand, the phrases that I want to use, understand the topic that I'm talking about, come up with an interesting idea, get your storytelling straight, learn a little bit of sales because I have a sales job right now, which helped me a lot to actually talk in front of a camera. Learn all of these skills, combine them, compress them into one video that you can actually put online, and somebody else out there, can resonate with this message and hopefully help them in the future. That takes a long time of work. It's not just like you can do this in like 1 week or even a month. Of course, there are some people out there, but generally, I'm talking about like the general perspective. It takes huge amounts of work, and even like I would say, time-wise, it takes years to improve this upon. Like it takes years of practice to make this happen. We can talk about even like the top tiers athletes, like for example, Usain Bolt, the fastest man alive, right? He practiced so many times, again and again and again and again and again, till one day he had a breakthrough, and that is when he became the fastest man alive, and that was on a tournament, right? So all of the 99% of the work that went before the tournament, because the tournament is like a one-time event, like you only see like him at his best. Well, that is what he's trying to do. The 99% of the time before that, you didn't really see, because he was there probably by himself, maybe with a coach, just like implementing consistency on a daily basis. Today I'm going to run this time. Today I'm going to run this time. Improving yourself week by week, month by month. And that is where this consistency plays a role. So for example, one of the things that I want to start is I want to learn better editing. And if I have this very instant gratificational mindset to say, you know what, I just want to learn every single bits that there is on DaVinci Resolve, for example, or even CapCut in 1 week, I'm going to quit, because that is not realistic. It's not possible. You have to find yourself sometimes in these realistic ideals, but also implement some dreams into them, where you can play a little bit with both sides of the spectrum and actually implement consistency on them, and just act it out on a daily basis and see how far it can take you. The moral of the story, my friend, I just thought about it because I was reading a book and this idea was represented in there. For genuinely good things to manifest itself, we're talking about years and sometimes even decades. We're not talking about weeks. We're not talking about months. And sometimes we're not even talking about a couple of years. I'm talking about like 8, 9, 10 years, 20 years for worthwhile things to manifest, because it takes time to learn. But we also know, once again, to summarize this topic, the first law of learning is repetition. You have to do so much volume, my friend, that it becomes imprinted into your mind, so it becomes second nature, like I talked about in my previous video. I don't really have to think about the words that I'm speaking right now. They just come to me, because I've practiced so many times. I've done so much volume. I'm not saying I'm the best, I'm perfect. I'm not at all. I've done so much volume. I've done so much practice. I've spoke, so many times in front of a camera. I'm comfortable with the camera right now. I can storytell. I can do these things. I don't even have to think about the words that are coming out of my mouth. I'm genuinely in a flow state right now, in the pursuit of excellence. And that is because I've implemented consistency on a daily basis for talking, because talking is a skill, my friend. And that is what I want to master. I want to master talking in front of a camera, not even a camera, just in general, like with socializing even. Even if you have a goal right now, as simple as getting lean for this summer, or as hard as starting a fucking 6-7 figure business, whatever. Remind yourself, my friend, you can succeed at it very fast, but if you want genuinely things to manifest in your life that are gonna stay in your life for the long term, we're talking about years, and sometimes, once again, my friend, decades. So be prepared for that, my friend. That's just a message that I wanted to give. Hopefully you can resonate with this, man. Like, there's a reason why doctors study for like 12 to 16 years. Sometimes even more, sometimes even less. It depends on the degree that you're studying and, of course, which country, because they genuinely have to learn so much, not only about, the human anatomy, but also like every other like biochemistry courses that they need to take, the surgical skills that they need if they want to become a surgeon. Like, it takes time, my friend. But once again, if you implement consistency on a daily basis, even with weightlifting, becoming a doctor, becoming a lawyer, and just implement it on a daily basis, you will get way further than just having this one burst of intensity and then, feeling burned out after like 20 days. That's just the message of this video, my friend. Hopefully you guys like this. I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers this summer. I'm very passionate about this. I've created a website for myself. It's in the link. It's in the description of this video. If you want to click that, send me an email. We can talk about some stuff, talk about some topics that you guys want me to talk about. I'm going to read every single email that I get. Follow me on other social medias, TikToks, Instagram, Substack. I'm starting to write again on Substack, which I find very pleasant. And you can follow me there. I like to read and I like to write a lot. It's one of my passions, to be honest. And so if you guys liked it, share, subscribe, like this video, comment down in the comment section what you guys thought of this video. And I see you guys in another one. Take care of yourself, my friend. Peace.